Hey everyone, it's Asia Dang. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. I feel like I actually haven't sat in front of a camera in a really long time, so it feels good to be back. Today we are talking about kind of like our, wait, what month are we in? I almost said August overview. It is October Overview Day. Okay, so wedding things. So I made a realization this month because I have been toying with the idea of forcing Brian to elope. I really have, just because it would save us obviously a ton of money. I already shared that my budget is $30,000, which seems to be a little tight for Hawaii, but I'm hoping that we can make it happen. So obviously that money could be better spent on a home down payment, or I don't know, a really bomb vacation or something. I don't know, but I think because I had my mindset on eloping, it made kind of planning, moving forward on the planning of the wedding very difficult. And plus Brian wasn't super all into it. I think he was like kind of leaning towards it. But I made the realization last week that I think we deserve a wedding, like a proper wedding. And although it seems like a lot of you all are surprised that I am willing to spend $30,000 on a wedding and not, have a budget wedding or whatever that means. But one, I can afford to save for a wedding and save for a house and save for my other goals. So I'm not really too worried about that. And two, Brian and I have been together for 8 years, and it was not an easy road, let me tell you. The first couple years were a struggle, and it seems like every couple years we always have to reevaluate our relationship, and not in a bad way, just kind of like, as you grow, as you get older, your priorities change and the way you are change. So you always have to kind of pivot what works and what doesn't work in your relationship. So because of that, I have decided, and we as a couple have worked very hard on our relationship to make it to this point. So because of that, I think we deserve a celebration. And it's gonna be weird for me because I've always actually wanted to elope. I've never wanted a huge wedding. It just isn't a priority to me. But this relationship is a priority to me. And I know that Brian really wants a wedding. And like I said, I think we deserve it. So that being said, we have gotten a few things. I got a wedding planner, we have a photographer, and we have the location. I haven't actually dug into the budget as to how much money I have left to spend because of all of that, but I think I have $20,000 left to spend on the actual wedding, after the photographer, after the location, after the full wedding planner. So the wedding planner is actually going to help. They have like different types of like packages you can do a day of, where you and your partner basically plan the wedding yourselves, and then the wedding planner comes in a couple months ahead of your wedding day and takes over from there. And then they have kind of like the full-fledged wedding planner that kind of helps you through everything. And for me, that's exactly what I need. Honestly, the thought of planning a wedding gives me anxiety. I have not had anxiety attacks at night since before I tackled my debt. And I started getting them again because of planning this wedding. So I'm like, okay, well, I think that's a sign we need a full-fledged wedding planner to kind of help things along. So that is that. Now that I know that moving forward, you can expect dedicated wedding videos. I know I really do want to do my first wedding video being kind of like, come with me as we figure out our wedding Pinterest board kind of thing. So now that we know that, I can start divvying up the budget in the way we see fit. Brian and I need to have conversations about what we want in a wedding, which we kind of already do. So We have very bougie taste on, I would say, even though it is a very hefty budget, apparently in Hawaii, it's not that hefty. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna try to connect with some of my high school classmates, see if they can give your girl a little hookup on any talents they have. I think one of my classmates is a chef in Hawaii. One of my other classmates offered to do florals, which I think is really cool. So if I can just tap into connections, I think we'll be okay. So that is that. That is one thing that happened in October, is that I had that realization. Another thing in October that happened, let's talk about financials. I did hit my halfway mark for the wedding budget. So in I would say maybe, how long have I been engaged? August, September. So I would say like in 3 months, I have saved up $15,000 for the wedding. Of course, budget is 30, so I think we're pretty good on schedule. In October, I contributed $2,500 to the wedding. I contributed $3,500 to our down payment. And then I also added another $500 for my, for my health insurance sinking fund, because I'm honestly not sure if I want to stay with Blue Cross, or no, I'm not with Blue Cross. I'm not sure if I want to stay with Kaiser or move to Blue Cross. So that's why, in case I want to make that change to Blue Cross, which is very much more expensive than what I'm currently paying at Kaiser, I just want to pad my health insurance sinking fund just a bit, just so in case I choose to make that decision, I can. And the reason why, I don't know if I've talked about this, but the reason why I'm thinking of moving to Blue Cross Blue Shield is because I actually want to become a TIA member as well. And with Kaiser, you're not allowed to do that. So I'll put all that information about TIA. I don't want to spend too much time on it in the description box if you're interested in join, or if you have like any experience with Ask TIA. It's called Ask TIA, not TIA. But let me know in the comments. I am unsure about what I want to do just yet. The fact that I'd be probably paying $100 more a month with Blue Cross makes me, you know, health-wise, I'm okay, so I could just take keep the bronze Kaiser instead of the bronze Blue Cross. I don't know, I think just like Blue Cross, I've just had better experiences with Blue Cross because that's what I had when I was growing up. So that's the only thing. Again, not sure. Again, also fully funded my health savings account as well. So that's that. Ooh, if you have been following the saga of Asia getting a bullshit parking ticket in the airport, in the San Diego airport, you know that your girl successfully argued that ticket and won. So that was a major moment. It has been a thing since February. So this is what happened. Maybe I'll post some pictures. Brian and I flew out of San Diego airport. We dropped the dogs off at my mom's house, and I think we probably went to Houston. Anyways, we parked in an EV charging spot because we have a Tesla. When we got back, we got a ticket for almost $500. And normally I would eat a ticket. To me, it's just not worth the hassle of arguing. But at $500, at $500, no, I'm gonna argue that. And two, the signage was bullshit. I asked a lot of advice on Instagram. I showed the picture of the parking signage, and a lot of people said, use words like ambiguous or confusing or, you know, intentionally unclear. And the hearing, again, we got the ticket in February. The hearing didn't happen until October 11th, I believe. So it's been a long process, and it was all via phone. It wasn't Zoom. In my case, it was via phone. It took 5 minutes total. I sent the pictures ahead of time to the officer that was, I guess, in charge of my hearing. So he had proof of what I was saying. I, you know, tried to be very clear. I tried to not stumble on my words. I basically said, listen, you know, I am normally very good at reading parking signs, but this sign confused me, and this is why. But anyways, moral of the story, your girl won, okay? She won her first argument in court, and I felt very good about myself, and I'm just actually very happy that I get to get my $500 back. I got my letter in the third week of October, and they said it'll take about 5 to 6 weeks to get my money back into my account. So yeah, I'm just really excited about that. I'm glad I went through with it, because normally, like I said, I don't bother, you know, arguing tickets because it's just a lot of hassle. But for $500 and for a sign that I thought was confusing, I'm glad I did that. Oh, I know this might seem nice and clean and happy in my house right now, but the 2022 master plan planners finally came in. You can't see it, but I am surrounded by boxes right now. If you all were purchased our very first 2021 planners, you should be very happy, because you are going to get your planners this year instead of next year, because the launch was a mess and you all didn't get your planners until February of 2021. But now we have the 2022 planners and they are already good to go. I sent out about 400 to 500 planners yesterday, okay? And our house is still in shambles with boxes. So one, I'm glad that they came in. I'll probably start doing, since I now have my 2022 planner, I'll probably start doing more how I normally do, like my 2022 goals, my 2022 financial goal videos. I'll start doing those hopefully this month to give you not only a sneak peek of what I hope to accomplish next year, but also a sneak peek of the 2022 planner, which just looks, it is so much better. Actually, I'm just gonna show you. Here is the 2021 planner. It's like a nice faux leather. We have the old, actually this is the very first planner. So this is not even what you all might have. This is like the sample, which is why you're like, what is that? But you know, it's fine. It was fine for our first one, but I wanted it to look a little bit better visually. And here is, ladies and gents, the 2022 planner. You're probably like, Asia, they look exactly the same. Bitch, they not. This cover is still faux leather, but it is definitely a more sleek design, or a sleek, I guess, texture. We have the new master plan logo here, and this is what this is what I wanted on the first planner that for some reason wasn't communicated. But we have the year on the binding. And the reason why that was so important to me is I keep my planners. People are like, what do you do with your planners at the end of the year? I keep them because not only do I look back at them, but there's always some kind of information that I need in my old planners that I can reference. So just imagine having your planners on like a bookshelf from years and you being able to see the year on the binding. I mean, goals, because Asia needs a house and also an office. So once I have that, I'm able to do that. But it's just the little things, y'all. Everything is also updated with our new branding. And everything, not everything, but we've also made some changes to the planner based on customer suggestions. So we still have our quarterly goals, vision boards, debt overview, all that stuff. But some minor things that we made based on your suggestions or changes we made is every weekly expense tracker has the corresponding dates. I know sometimes it can get a little confusing what your weekly expense tracker, what week your weekly expense tracker is based off of. So to help clarify that, we actually put the dates that this week correlates to, and every blank page actually is dotted, which will make it way easier for us to build whatever it is, whatever graphs or charts or write anything we want on. So that is nice, but of course we still have the blank pages at the end. Everything, like I said, everything is basically the same, but the look is different and a little bit more sleek in my opinion. So I am so happy about that. You know, the end of the year is always pretty busy for me because this is when we start doing our planning for the new year and our reflections on this year. So those are always my favorite type of videos. And just from the views, I know that it seems to be some of your favorite videos as well. So I'm really looking forward to scheming and planning with y'all, especially with everything that's happening next year. Cuckoo crazy. Anyways, the last thing, I wouldn't say that happened in October, but I'm kind of made the realization that maybe I should start actually going back to therapy. I haven't had a really good therapist since my time in San Francisco. And I've tried to find some therapists in LA, but they were like, I don't know, we just didn't vibe. And it was like $250 an hour. So I took a break, but I think now I really probably need to go back to therapy for my sanity, because I think, how do I say this? Because being called fat every day of my life for some reason since like the summer has really been effing with my mind, actually. And even though I know I'm not fat, and I hate to use that word because I feel like it's very triggering, you will not believe how many comments and DMs I get asking me, you know, how I've gained so much weight, how I looked better in my 20s, how I was cute, but now I'm ugly because I've gained weight. It's just really effing with my mind. And it just doesn't feel good. So yeah, I think I do need to find someone to talk to about that. I don't know if my health insurance covers it, to be honest. But that's also a reason why I wanted to go and become a member of Ask Tia, because I know a couple people that go to therapy through them and they really enjoy it. But yeah, I never really understood why people feel that they can say things like that to me. I don't understand. So just know that when you comment on my body, it doesn't feel good. And I cannot believe that I actually have to say that. To me, it seems like common sense, but apparently it is not. And maybe it's because, you know, I project this person of confidence, which I am. But when people kind of just like bombard you with really negative comments about yourself, it starts to like mess with you. And now it's to the point where I actually get anxiety about putting pants on. Like, it's crazy. And I think I've always kind of dealt with body issues even like from decades ago. But I've always been able to kind of push through it. But now people always commenting on my weight gain is really fucking with me. So that is something that I have to do. It's not like, you know, I want to do. It's something that I have to do in order to, I don't know, just figure all this out, you know? So that's that. I didn't really want to end on that note, but I have nothing else to say. So yeah, let's not actually end on that note. Let's see, what videos do I have tentatively planned for the rest of the year? I still want to do my paycheck routine. God, I still have my Animal Crossing tour. Honestly, I just haven't played Animal Crossing in a long time. It was getting kind of boring, so we'll see about that. How to actually use your planner video, building my holiday budget. We are in November, so I'm very excited. This is the first time that I have built a sinking fund for holiday spending. I'm actually very excited to do that video. So that's something that you can look forward to, hopefully in November as well. My 2022 financial trackers, my yearly 22 financial goals, 2021 year in review, my favorite buys of 2021. This is crazy. We are 2 months away from the end of the year. This is so crazy. How did like January to November happen in like 2 days? It's weird. Anyways, those are tentative videos that I have on top of some vlogs that I have been shooting. I really am trying to get back into vlogging, but it's just hard. It's just hard when you're trying to also live in the moment. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's it. That's my October in review, things that I have done and have been dealing with. So let me know in the comments your kind of October highlights, and I will see you all next video. All right, bye.